That was Wes Collins, and we appreciate Wes and his music. So yeah, back with Mark Hall, and we are building the roadmap for our young people in Chatham County as they begin to move out in the world and to take advantage of the offerings that are right here in Chatham County. And I'll say this, we had the new Chief, let me make sure I get this, Chief Steve Maynor from Chatham County Sheriff's Office, and the folks from Animal Rescue here. And he was also letting me know that, did you know, I didn't know, that if you go to work for the Sheriff's Office, like joining the military, that they pay for your school?
I didn't know that. I know that they pay for the training they have to do the jobs. I didn't know they paid for extra. That's great.
And we're going to have him back on there. So that's why, local radio, PBO radio, a higher frequency. We like to reach out regionally and globally. I want everyone around the world to be listening to the show, but I also want to focus on things, that we can do right here in our community to have a positive effect on everyone here. So that's why we have Mark here. So Mark, we were talking about the money-saving aspect, the opportunities of using Chatham Promise, and how young people can go to school tuition free, and it saves them quite a bit of money, and then be able to go to a UNC school. And so you were giving some examples. We've sent some young people to Yale and to some other very strong schools, and then they come back to the area. And all those things are wonderful. You got to hook me up with these people. So, before we let you go, the things that I want to know are, number one, not that you have to know them all, but, the different campuses, and then what's offered, maybe some of the skills and trades, and then some of the 2-year things that folks can get to springboard onto the 4-year school, as well as a young guy like me wants to do some continued education classes, Mark. What's out there for us young guys like me with the AARP? Anyway, so yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no worries. So we'll go in reverse there.
All right.
So on the continuing education side, you only have to be 16. So 16 or older, you can take one of our continuing education classes, which can lead to some industry certificates, or it could just be self-enrichment. We have a birding class going on right now. But we can also teach you about welding, which we have going on in Cyrus City at night right now. Some people.
Man, you know what? And I was I lifted up the hood on one of my vehicles. You know that little arm that holds up the hood?
Uh-huh.
That thing came off, and I said, I need a welder. I need to bring that by there so someone can practice on the. Oh, and let me say this, since you were nice enough to bring this up. We are sitting in the very beautiful lounge here at the Sycamore at Chatham Mills. Thank you to our friends Greg and Maria, who have always been a wonderful part of everything that we do at Taj Media Productions, TajTalk.com, and now PBO Radio, whether it was at the Roadhouse or now here at the beautiful Sycamore Lounge. And if you have not been here and enjoyed folks like local musicians like Dave Quick, who plays on Wednesday night jazz, or the Wednesday night billiards folks who comes to this beautiful room and play billiards, things like their small plates, beautiful wine list by the glass wine list that's quite spectacular. I brought my 17-year-old here for his 17th birthday, got him the dry-aged ribeye. Ever seen a 17-year-old eat a dry-aged ribeye with mashed potatoes on the side? It did not matter where we were. 3 bites, I think it was gone. So we want to tell Greg and Maria, thank you. It's a beautiful room, and it's a beautiful restaurant, and we certainly appreciate being allowed to broadcast from here on Thursday. So just wanted to give them a shout-out since you brought that up. Hey, Greg. I was like, man, I got to give them a shout-out. So, yeah. Yeah,
this is a fabulous location. It really is. It's beautiful.
So again, for cats my age bracket, and you just said this is your third career. What is there to that someone who's already had a career, maybe some retired, just looking to, make some other areas of interest, keep the brain waves growing and all that stuff. So what's out there for us? Sustainable ag class. I like sustainable ag class. Let me throw sustainable technologies. I like those. And the farm here at the Pittsboro branch is still one of my favorite views to have, that student farm at the CCCC here. So I answered those two questions.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Our agricultural classes are great. A lot of people in Chatham County like to have And if they are not, if they don't have two jobs or they are like doing some farming on the side and then doing another job, a lot of them like to know how to have a really great garden or a small plot on their land to grow their own vegetables.
That's
and
me.
And it's really great. I mean, it's
and you got bees out there.
We do have some bees out there. The Chatham Bee Keepers Association. It's a partnership we have with them. Like we have a lot of people that they have a place to have their bees. Their bees have all this great food to eat, and then it also pollinates.
Hey, Debbie Roos got to get her out. And we're sitting in front of the beautiful pollinator garden here at Chatham Mills. Thank you, Debbie Roos, for that. And you got tiny homes, I see.
We do have tiny homes. That was the thing I was going to tell you. You could, you can come. Learn some construction skills. I mean, just residential wiring. I mean, learn how to switch out your own light switches instead of calling an electrician.
Yes. I need that. I need to take that class.
Learning. We do that on the continuing education side. We also do that on the curriculum degree-oriented side. So you can take a lot of the same courses in two different ways.
And you got the healthy chefs.
We do. We got the culinary. Yeah.
And have you ever gone to the lunch that they have there?
What type of provost would I be if I haven't eaten my own students' food?
Because you be a provost missing out on some really good food. You're not going there just to eat, to placate to them. You're going there because the food's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I had a beef stew, something that everything came from the farm or something there one time. I had something with the egg on top. Everything came from the farm. Yeah, that's a good program right there, man.
I had avocado ice cream. It was not dairy-based. It was avocado about a year or so ago, and it tastes better than what I've eaten real ice cream. And I was amazed by it. It was just avocados.
See, all right, now I'm going to go by there and have them make the avocado ice cream. Okay, walk us through. Where are the different campuses of CCCC?
Ooh, so we actually
Wait, hold on. I hope that's not a tough question.
I mean, no. In this county, it's easy. We have the Sauer City Center over off of Progress Boulevard, right down the road from the hospital.
That's right.
Those of you who are familiar with that area, it's before you get to Walmart, if you're coming from Pittsburgh. We have the Chatham Health Science Center, which is just north of Farrington, south of...
That's a new building, right?
That is the new building. Yeah. We opened it in January of 2020 and then shut it in March 2020. And then we did bring students back in May to do their hands-on stuff. But it's been up and running. It is growing its momentum. We just had... a couple weeks ago, we had the health science classes from the local high schools come over there and do some fitness challenges and hung out. But it's growing. And then we have the Chatham main campus in Pittsburgh. The reason I gave kind of like because our college serves 3 counties. Our area is somewhere between the state of Delaware and Rhode Island. So we cover 1,600 square miles.
What?
Yeah. So
that's all.
16,
I had no idea. But
so there's one of me over in Harnett County, and then in Lee County, the president and the vice presidents. That's where they do all their operations. But so when you start thinking about that, then I have several. There's several more sites of instruction.
All right, so we'll just focus on Chatham.
We have the three campuses here, the main campus in Pittsburgh, and then we actually have embedded career coaches in each of our high schools.
And then the Sanford, did we say Sanford?
Sanford, that's our main campus in Lee County.
And what are some of the, I think there's like an esthetician program there, and talk about those as well.
So down in Sanford, that campus has it's a campus that has most of the programs. We have some programs they don't have, and then we have programs they do have.
They have a media broadcasting program, I think.
They do
too.
They have a broadcast and a video production program.
I need an intern.
I will let Cassie and Billy know.
There you go.
But they have cosmetology and aesthetics down there. They have welding like we have here. They also have automotive technician. They have some computer, like electrical engineering, computer technician courses.
CAD, like computer-aided design type stuff? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
They also have the associate degree in nursing program there. dental hygiene, dental assisting.
So
I'm just the tip of the iceberg right there.
So with those associate nursing and dental, it was 18, 24 months, 2 year, 18 to 2 year.
Once you're in the program, because those are some of our selective programs. Once you're in the program, it's 2 years to get the associate's degree.
Okay, and again, when you start talking about cost in respect to how soon are they working and making money to begin to offset those costs and then spring forward. So those are the type of aspects I really want to make sure that we're covering, that if someone's not sure what they want to do, hey, well, until you know what you want to do, here's an 18 to 24 month program that can get you, you see what I'm saying?
Right. So I'll give you an example on the construction side, which is which is here in Pittsburgh. You can do the full degree, and that's a 2-year applied science degree. But at the end of your first year, you're going to have a construction certificate. If you take a couple more classes, you're going to have a diploma. The main thing with that program, you're going to have your OSHA 30 card, which most job sites really like to see their employees have. You're going to have 3 construction classes on top of that. That's just for the certificate. And the way that program's set up, you can work while you're taking those classes. So the same thing, we mentioned dental, and I might get the order of these incorrect, but you can get your dental assisting diploma in less than a year, start working, and then come back and get your dental hygienist degree, and then get the next pay bump up and the next level of responsibility at the dentist's office.
So I take it there's like a person who's in charge of all these different programs, correct?
We have deans that are over top of our
We're going to do a full session. We're getting each dean to come and talk about, just because they can give us a more, you're getting us going. Then we get the dean in to come and say, hey, this is what they can look forward to. They need to have these classes, that. And then let's talk about what getting hired and work, because that is the end. I don't like saying end. The end to the next beginning is finishing the program, getting a job, and springboarding into the next steps of your life, and not being encumbered by debt. You're going to hear me keep saying that. Not being encumbered by debt.
But also, I mean, you won't have the debt, but you also have the opportunity to kind of build on your career. I mean, going back to the county manager example, and also one of our people in inspections in the county started off for a long time, was his own, I can't remember which, I think it was electricity. I think it was an electrician, did that for a long time, had his own businesses, wanted to transition to something that was, more, I mean, not to say it, but like more as like 8 to 5, not 24/7.
Sure. That's a young man's game.
Yeah. And so he did that, and it's a great career transition. So I think it's a problem that a lot of us have. We think that what we decide to study as an 18-year-old is what we're destined to be for the next 40 to 50 years, and that's crazy to say. I've been in the workforce for 25 years now.
What, since you were 12?
No. I'm a little older than people think.
I know.
But I mean, I started working full time. At the age of 22. So it's I guess technically I've been full time in the adult world for a little over 20 years. But I've not done the same thing, and I know very few people
who have
in their mid 40s, early 50s, early 60s who have done the same thing all 40 years.
So do we have, and this again, not a gotcha, this is just a real question. Do we have where, what's the term called, where you go and work under someone who, apprenticeship or something like that, set up with a county manager or an architect? Because that's I always thought it would be good for 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, even when you get out of college, don't know what you want to do, then spend, 3 months, I may want to be an architect. I may want to be a gardener. So you spend 3 months in all of those environments just to get a feel. And more so, I think it's to your point of being in the adult working world. Like, that in and of itself, just expectations of, well, I need to get a good night's sleep, need to get up and be dressed properly, just getting in that role. But do we have any of that set up where there's apprenticeships or whatnot with any professionals or what have you in the area? And not that we have to, just wondering.
So I got to be careful of the word apprenticeship because there are...
Yeah, use the right word, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's technical apprenticeship programs that come from the state that we do as a college. And so, we have an apprenticeship program with Caterpillar down in Lee County, where we're taking the high school students while they're in high school. They're working at Caterpillar and taking courses with us. When they graduate high school and they get out of our program, most of them get hired by Caterpillar, making more than a teacher makes these days. But what you were describing, where people get to try out different jobs, we don't have a program like that. We do have some questionnaires and surveys that help you kind of take that down. We also have some really great admissions counselors / navigators that help you work through those things. The school system in this county, while they're still young, and I think the superintendent is thinking about going even younger, they are starting to get people to think about all the different things they could be doing. They have some career explorations in high school. It's some of the courses you can take. So there's some efforts that way.
Sure.
It's kind of hard to sit down with an architect for 3 months, but I'm sure there's people out there to be willing to spend some time with a young person for at least half a day or a day and show them what it's really like. Because to your point, if I had known what civil engineers actually did, I might have had a different life. I thought they sat behind a desk all day long and just drew pictures because that's what I thought my dad did. But I learned later on in life that no, he actually went to job sites and he went with the builders and made sure that he was climbing up on things. And if I had known, I would spend half my time out of the office on the job site getting to see how things were being put together. Might have been it for life, but I didn't ever spend that day with the engineer.
That's right. Well, to that point, I have a friend big video game guy. Mm-hmm. So he went to school. I'm gonna build video games, make video games. He worked in about 18 months, and he said he got sick of it because he thought from the outside looking in as a kid, this must be the greatest job ever. He was never outside. All he did was stay in a cubicle, and he's like, and the people, I was deadline. So I thought I'd be playing games. I was like, nah. So to your point, that is very good to have that. So if someone's listening and they said, you know what, I'd like to give to my community and I could spend a half a day helping a young person decide whether or not this career path is good, or just give them insight, how would they reach out and who would they reach out to if they wanted to offer that? Because I think it'd be great.
Yeah, so for the case of simplicity, they can contact me.
Case of simplicity, call Mark.
Yeah. There are some people, that way I can direct to the right people. They're depending on how much they're willing to do, right? So we do have something called work-based learning. It's what, when I was in school, we might have called an internship or an apprenticeship, how some people use it, where we do have our students spend time with employers for a semester or a summer session, and they work for them. And they get a good idea if that's what they want to do or they don't want to do, and they get college credit for it as well. And usually the employer is actually paying them for that. So we have different contacts for that sort of thing. We have a different contact for if you're looking to hire people. But for your listeners, they just want to keep it simple.
Give them a phone number, Mark.
Yeah, it is.
Give them a phone number and extension.
I'm going to give you my email address. That is my to-do list.
There you go.
MHALL.
M like Mary.
Yeah.
Then Hall, HALL, like Monty or Arsenio, depending on your age bracket. M Hall, go ahead.
At cccc.edu.
All right, y'all got that? M Hall at cccc.edu. And put in the subject line, Peebo Radio. Let them know that you listen to him on Peebo Radio. And hopefully what we can do is get more folks from the community college, the different deans, the different departments. Robin Kahanowicz has been a great friend of mine. She's the one who got me into the Sustainable Ag Program. And Farrell, who's the farm manager, has said, Aaron, if you want to come down and volunteer. Let me tell you something. Going on that farm and volunteering is one of the most meditative things one can do.
I got to tell you, Aaron, when I was still working on my last degree and serving as provost, there were many an afternoon that just to get a breather, I walked out there to the farm and just sat out there amongst the rows and had a moment, and then went back to the office and did what I needed to do.
It's one of my favorite. The community college in and of itself, back behind as the track goes around. I like the track, but it's one of my favorite places to meditate, to find alone time. That means everyone don't go there now that I just announced this on air. All right, scratch
don't worry.
that. No.
I think everyone already knows.
Really?
Any given day, I can look out my window and see, a couple hundred people from Pittsburgh walk by. So
yeah, all right, y'all. I'm sorry I gave away my favorite place to go to, and it's got a nice disc golf course there, and it's very, very walkable. What's the web? Okay, is there no Facebook, CCCC Facebook?
Oh, we have all the socials.
Really? I looked for it and I couldn't find it. But so the CCCC Facebook page, website, CCCC, there's everything. You're looking for .edu. So what we're hoping is that although we're going into the summertime, since we're going into the summertime, what do you got going on in the summer?
We have a couple of construction classes and electrician classes going on here this summer. This is the time where a lot of our students do that work-based learning that I was talking about. So here in Chatham County, that's where we're this year. Next year, I'm hoping to reestablish having more of our transfer and general education classes happen. We had to pause a lot of that during COVID, and we're getting back on our feet. We also are always doing what we call high school equivalency programming, which is basically how you can earn your high school degree if things didn't work out with you in the traditional way. Also, English as a second language courses. We do all of that all year round, and so those are some of the things we are also doing this summer.
Well, I will say that, and not to give anyone homework, but if you ever want to just keep things updated, always send me a list, and I'll keep everything aggregated on the different Taj Talk and Peebo Radio and all that, because we're not a nonprofit, and we do want to make money and want people to advertise, but we want people to know that, we're here for entertainment, we're here for music, but we're here as a resource in our community. You know what I mean? So send us whatever you want, and we'll certainly share it, and hopefully we can get you to come back and you get some of the deans here. You made it through Peebo Radio. You made it through the WCHL,
it was a good time,
man. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the time of our provost at CCCC. Put your hands together for Mr. Mark Hall. And Mark, if you would, can we get you to come back another time?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to play some music. Got some friends out of Washington, D.C. It's a band called Congregation, and this song is called Urban Philosophy. Y'all, the sun's about to come out. It's about to be 80-something degrees. I'm not telling you not to stay at work. I'm not telling you to leave your cubicle. I am saying go outside right now. It's about to be next beautiful couple days. So get this urban philosophy in. My friends from Washington, D.C., Congregation. Mark, thank you. We'll see you when we see you. All right, brother? I'll be right back, y'all.
Thank you.